Hi, I'm Bianca Lawson, and I'm going to be looking at my most iconic roles with cocoa butter. Oh my god. Cross fingers. This isn't terribly embarrassing. Oh my god. This makes it a life?
When something's like
Okay.
a fat. Well, what's the difference between fat-free and like non-fat? Huh? Good question.
You know what I will say about My So-Called Life? So at the pilot table read, I remember that Claire Danes, she didn't have to look at the script at all. She had the whole thing memorized, and she was fully in every scene, crying. I mean, it was an Oscar-worthy performance. I was in awe. I had I didn't even think I had a line in some scene.
Charming doesn't mind that you're in high school? Well,
I know,
I
it's so high.
sort of told him I go to CalU. You didn't.
She didn't what?
Lindsay told some guy that she's in college, and he invited her to a frat party.
Cool, can I go with you?
Oh my god, this is so hysterical to me. I remember I used to watch the original, because sometimes it's you'll be on a show and you're happy to have the job, but you wouldn't necessarily watch the show. But I would watch that show. That was a great show.
This has been a Rhonda Coley production. To find out more about Rhonda, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Box 50.
Wow, Rhonda, that was great.
I know. Your VCR wasn't really broken, was it, Rhonda?
Of course not. You just wanted to make me feel bad, didn't you? Well, my work here is done.
I loved playing Rhonda. There's something really delicious about playing characters that she just didn't care. She was so devilish in a way, and getting to be around other kids of the same age, but that were really having their career and really doing it.
I crumble under pressure. Let's have another hope.
We have. Blessed by the knight who first slew the demon. If all else fails, this might stop it. I think.
Such a weird accent. That accent was so weird. Literally how Kendra looked on the show is how I went into my audition. I didn't like my cornrows, my ponytail, but the accent changed a bunch of times, and I loved doing all the physical stuff. I loved getting to kickbox and do all the choreography, and when there were things that they wanted to just have the stunt person do, I was like, no, please let me do it, please let me do it.
We're partners, Dawson. And in 3 days, we're supposed to stand in front of our entire class and pitch a feature film.
I'm sure Mr. Jordan would be more than happy to give you an extension and get you a new partner.
I don't want another partner. I want you.
Who are you kidding? You've probably got the entire assignment done already.
Well, yeah, but I was gonna ask for your ideas.
So with Dawson's Creek, I went in and did an audition. I remember going into the audition room, and there were a bunch of pretty famous actresses in there. And I was like, oh, I'm never gonna get this, You get in your head, you get nervous, you think, oh, I'm never gonna get this thing for whatever reason. And then suddenly you do. It makes you feel in super flow with the universe or something like it.
That don't mean you know me. Quit it, Nikki.
I wanted this so badly.
I ain't walking on eggshells just because you brought the Brady Bunch to the Negro Club.
Maybe you came to the wrong spot, because I'm pretty sure there aren't any Negroes here.
Okay, so I shot that at the same time I was doing Dawson's Creek. So I'd do Dawson's Creek, and then when I'd have a break, I'd go and I'd do Save Lost Dance. And I just remember really winning that movie and running those audition sides over and over and over and over again. And my mom actually had driven me there, and she was standing outside of the rehearsal room, and she said to me, Jennifer Lopez was here. She was just standing out here with me, watching her audition. That was one of those moments where I felt oh my gosh, maybe my dream is coming true. Transitioning from being a kid actor to an adult actor, it's an interesting thing. And so to actually be oh my god, I'm making that transition, and it's supposed to be fun, and then crying. That was it was a gift for me.
Oh, Emily and Maya.
Does she still hate me? She never hated you. She hated me liking girls, but she's fine with that now.
You sure about that? Because the last time I saw your mom, she was getting me hauled off to druggy boot camp.
Okay, she didn't know that your parents were gonna send you there.
I felt very close to Maya. And I remember thinking like, 16? Like, I don't know, like that's like, I don't know, 16's a little bit young. Like, I don't know, I could do 16. But I loved the character, that's the thing. I just was like really touched by her love for Emily. Like she was very confident in who she was and her sexuality. And to kind of be like, I see you and I see your real self and, you know, you can be your real self. But yeah, I enjoyed playing her so much and I enjoyed that love story was like really touching to me.
Won't be long now. We've just entered the town of Mystic Falls.
Good.
What is it now?
Looks like a gentleman's having some problems with his carriage. All I remember is that whatever I did in the audition wasn't, like it was different in the show. It's like so cool. It's like we'd be like with like layers of things underneath our clothes and like forming things. I mean, I kind of love all that mystical stuff though, like being in like those woods in the middle of the night and doing little spells and stuff like that. That's always exciting for me.
Like a sense of urgency. You feel an urgent need to make up for something you've done. To apologize.
I don't know why I loved playing a therapist so much. Like I loved playing a therapist. That was a really fun show because I got to do so many different things. It's like, oh, okay, you have to like learn French for this one episode, teaching French class, and now you're like an emissary and you should do like, you know, some fighting stuff, and okay, now you're like the therapist, and now you're like, so it was like, she was like jack of all trades. She was like super multifaceted, and I loved that.
Please don't hate me. I hate myself enough already for this.
Darla.
Please.
Darla, you're scaring me.
Probably I would say my favorite character I've ever played. This scene in particular, I was like so scared of the scene, like, because I just felt like this is such like a huge moment for Darla. It's hard for me to be objective about this last clip because it's still so, still happening. So, I don't know, like, I'm gonna be like, make you cry all the time, like, but like, it's weird, it's like, when it goes from being like, oh, in my imagination on the page to like, oh my God, like it feels like a real person to me, and you really feel like that character to me, and it doesn't feel like acting. Like it feels like I really had this experience with you. It just feels like therapy. Like, thanks guys. Like I got so emotional about it because you forget like to like see like stuff from when you're like 13, 14 to like now, basically. And like how much those characters went through, how many things I've gone through, like how much of myself I put in those characters, how much those characters help me. And I didn't realize how like deep this was gonna be for me. Thank you for taking this journey down memory lane with me, and please tune into the next season of Queen Sugar. I'm gonna cry some more. Well, when I was about 10. No.